Now let's get into our headlines you may have missed. Starting off with Ubisoft has pledged to do more free-to-play titles moving forward. Ubisoft, stop it. This company is so confused. Ubisoft is the company I want to love. I love their IPs, but their business plans are just like, why are you doing
Isn't it a Frenchman that runs the company? There's your fucking problem.
It is a Frenchman. I actually read over the weekend. I don't know what led me to this because I was like, how long has Yves been CEO? I'm like, what is the history of Ubisoft? So I actually looked into the history of Ubisoft and how this came about. Did you know Yves is one of 5 brothers that all went into business together back in the 80s? They launched a company to do, I think it was PC hardware is how it started. And eventually like they kept getting, like playing in that tech space, and they were like, oh, there's a big market for software. So they got into, I think it was just general software, and that's where UbiSoft came out. It was supposed to be like ubiquitous software is what it stood for. And then eventually as gaming took off, it just focused on gaming. And then Rayman was their first like international hit when they built a studio focused on the next gen platform, which at the time was the PlayStation. It was a really cool story. So Yves has been around since the beginning. Like he's seen this whole industry.
Jaguar.
Yes, the Jaguar as well. It was PlayStation.
Jaguar is where Rayman got his name. That was the game that you bought a Jaguar for. And I actually don't own it. And that makes me sad, but it's also very expensive.
How much is a Jaguar?
No, I have a Jaguar. I just don't have Rayman on the Jaguar.
Oh.
And it's like, I want to say it's like $100 game.
I have like the randomest games for my Jaguar.
Of course, it's gone up. It's now CIB is 200. Loose cart with damage 150. Fuck's sake.
For Rayman or for the Jaguar?
Rayman.
Wow.
Jaguars are expensive too.
Well, why not just play? Is that version unique in any way? Because that game was re-released on like everything.
It's the original version.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's better.
That's the reason you bought a console for it. Holy fuck, Jaguars are expensive now.
What are they now?
Stupid. I'm just looking at consoles. Let's look at sold listings because some of these are.
Do you have one, Greg?
Me, yeah.
There you go.
Some of the. How do you find sold? I hate eBay.
But I bought mine like, I don't even remember.
Like $400. Buy it now. $400.
It's the same price as 20 years ago.
I would not pay $400 for an Atari Jaguar. It is a shit console. It's just the only reason I got it was just to have it, like just to.
I bought mine for $150 off of a friend who ran. Yeah, the only Jaguars on eBay right now, the literally cheapest one. Well, that's a complete one. That's from Portugal.
That's the thing that looks like a toilet seat, right?
No, if you have the CD attachment for it, which never.
Don't you have the
worked.
CD attachment?
No, I don't. What is this multi-cart?
Yeah, the carts for it suck too. There's like no way to store them anywhere because they're like wide at the top, and so you can't like really stack them next to each other. They're always at like some weird slant.
So anyways, Ubisoft going free to play, and I really.
And another thing about the Jaguar.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like the Jaguar.
Nobody cares about the Jaguar except for like
And
500 people.
The controller is very big and gaudy looking, but I find it very comfortable.
Go on.
I was always like curious if it could, it has like, have you ever seen the controller, Jason?
No, I've never even seen a Jaguar in person.
It has like a number pad at the bottom.
It's disgusting.
And like,
it's for
you
overlays.
Could get, you could get these inserts. I think I had like a Doom one or something.
Can we talk about Ubisoft?
I can't believe how expensive this fucking game is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everything has gone up, and it's like not even for logical reasons. It's just somebody sees it and they're like, "Oh, this is rare," and they list it as rare, and it sells some.
It's a garbage console, and it's rare because it's garbage, and there's only a few people that want it because it's garbage.
Wow, such hatred.
So anyways, Ubisoft going free to play. This is my reasoning behind it. They're probably a company that has focused. So they're always trying to like jump ahead of the trends, and then they always kind of come short. And when you look at all their AAA games, they're probably looking at their games and they're like, oh, why are they not selling? And it's like, as an outsider, I'm frustrated because their games keep dropping in price so fast. I don't know who within that company is like, you know what? Here's our strategy. Launch the game and then just hack the price as fast as you can. And we've talked about this on the show before. It teaches the consumer that, hey, you want a Ubisoft game? It's worth $20. No matter what Ubisoft puts out, you got to wait and buy that $20 because all their games become $20. You would be an idiot to buy a Ubisoft game at launch unless you have money and you don't care about money. Even myself, I was super hyped to buy Phoenix Immortal. I wanted to buy on launch day, and I'm just like, you know what? I bet you if I waited 2 weeks and I got it 33% off. So anyways, all of this to say, they're probably seeing their numbers. Whoever's making this strategy is like, well, look, our AAA games aren't working. We shouldn't do this. Well, look at Epic. They're making all this boatload of money with their Fortnite and all that. Maybe we should do more free to play. And then they're going to try their hand. They're going to do their cookie cutter approach, which has become too obvious in their game design. And they're going to release something, and then they're going to be like, why is nobody like buying the cosmetics? That's another thing. Immortals, Phoenix.
Why are you so mad about this?
Because they have so much potential. They have a good brand. They have good IPs, and somebody back there is not making good decisions, and it's ruining it for everyone else. That's why I'm mad.
What's his name? I don't know how to pronounce his first name, if it's Michael or Michelle. Ansel?
Yeah. He was there from the foundation, by the way, the company.
He just left, too. I guess there were some allegations against him. But, well, the problem is, like, I mean, how do you expect games to stay at, like, a $59.99 price when you released, you know, a Far Cry every year, and then you have these, like, offshoot Far Cry games that, you know, can pretty much be standalone, and they release them as DLC, then they release them as standalone titles that you can download without the, like Blood Dragon, for example.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no, like, it's weird. Like, they don't even let the dust settle.
But that's a good point. You're making me realize, you're right. They're one of the companies that like release their major IPs so frequently. Maybe the free-to-play model works. Instead of them trying to innovate, imagine just having this Assassin's Creed universe with seasons. And like, okay, you want to dress as like a revolutionary Frenchman? Buy this between January and March. All right, you want to be a samurai? That's between April and June. And it'll cost you $5.
You'd be a modern Samurai J.
I would be.
I want this Rayman game. It's really pissing me off. Does anyone in the chat have Rayman?
Just get it on the 3DS, man.
Look how ugly. Good God.
I want to play through it. I'm going to go to Twitter.